Alright, welcome back. This is a update video for Fruits Basket. There's quite a few things to go through. I'm going to try to keep it short, but it's probably going to be long. I'd assume probably about roughly 15 to 20 minutes. That's what I'm assuming from here. Anyway, so very briefly, this is the English website. It took forever, but they finally updated, even though it's still technically one update behind. But I'll probably come back to this later, so I can show you the rest of like the main visuals and whatnot. Just as I'm talking about other things, which I don't really have a background thing for. Anyway, so first of all, I like to say that Fruits Basket. Let me go here. And that they released pretty much maybe about a week or so after, not a week or so, about a month basically in October after the series aired, they released a little small preview, which I think that's actually not this one. There's another little small preview that they announced, that they released. And then, which was good. And then there was one that they released in January, which is this one, where it's like 7 to 9 minutes long or something like that. And like, at the end of it, they, like, it's pretty much a big recap where they're going from episode from character to character, and they're kind of giving a brief recap of each character, and then when it gets to Aikido, it does Aikido, and then after that, or after it does Aikido, that's when it has a very brief little, like, minute preview of season 2, which it ends, this trailer ends so good. It ends with a little of a face scratching scene. It's so good. It ends on such a, oh my gosh, a great note. Such an intense moment. Oh, I can't wait to see that. Anyway, and then about 2 weeks ago, they they released this trailer. Now, mind you, I'm not actually going to click on and play any of them because I don't want to deal with copyright issues and all that stuff. I'm just going to leave them there, and if you want to watch them, you can easily look up the trailers on YouTube, and they'll pop up. But I love them so far. They are, oh my gosh, I can't wait. There's so many things in there that I see, and I'm like, yes, I can't wait to actually see this animated for the first time. Okay, calm down. Alright, before I go on any further than that, though, I need to actually back it up. Well, actually, this is technically going on further anyway. But anyway, and I need to go back, because I need to go and talk about her, which is Isuzu Soma, or Rin. Now, I forgot to mention this in my episode 25 review, or the season finale for season 1. But the reason why I wasn't really surprised to see Isuzu show up is because the Japanese Twitter will like they'll post, leading up to that week's episode, they'll post screenshots of from the episode that they're gonna be airing, and there was a screenshot of Isuzu, and when they showed it, they went ahead and showed off her character model and such, and pretty much updated the website then. And originally just was her that they added in. And then not too long later, Funimation added their the English voice actor interview for her, which I'll get into in a second. And then, of course, recently they also added these two characters, which I'll get into. I'm actually going to go do the interview now. Isuzu will be played by Brina Palencia. Brina, I don't think that's how you say her name. And so I'll read the interview. It says, "Were you already familiar with Fruits Basket before you were cast? What's been your experience with the series? Fruits Basket is one of those shows that I've heard about since I was a teenager. I've always meant to watch it, but never got around to it. I've heard it referred to as a masterpiece, so I'm honored and beyond thrilled to be a part of it. Do you have a message for Fruits Basket fans? Do you have a message from, I think, for Fruits Basket fans? Thank you to all the fans. I feel so lucky to have been cast, and I hope I do my part justice." And from the brief little snippet that I heard of her in the dub for episode 25, she's gonna do good. Her voice fits Rin or Isuzu really good, and I like that. I forgot to show off this, and I'll tell you this: Isuzu's character design. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I mean, this, of course, is the first time she's been properly animated, but it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. And of course, she's the horse, because they kind of got spoiled on that, but, well, because they have to show it off. But it's so cute. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. She's so pretty. Alright, so I'll talk about my favorite of the two characters that I'm about to talk about, which is Machi Qiraji. And oh my gosh, I can't wait. She's so fun. Oh my gosh, she's adorable in her own interesting way. But I love her too much. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Like, I freaked out. If you've watched my review, I freaked out when she showed up. And when he showed up too, but I'll get to it. But oh my gosh, I freaked out so much. But I love her so much. Alright, anyway, so I'll get into her English interview, which she will be played by Caitlin Glass, who is actually also the ADR director for the new Fruits Basket. And I'll say I love her voice for Machi. It's really good. It's just about what I kind of pictured for Machi's voice. It's like, oh, it's so good. Anyway, so her interview is, are you already familiar with Fruits Basket? What's been your experience with the series? Yes, I watched the Funimation dub of it in the early 2000s. I had a Momiji hat I used to wear at conventions. What is your zodiac animal and what would you want it to be? I was born in the year of the rooster, and I think the characteristics actually fit me pretty well. I love dogs, though, so I wouldn't mind being year of the dog, like Toru. Do you have a message for Fruits Basket fans? I'm very excited to be working on this series, a story that is beloved by so many, myself included. So it's going to be fun. She voices, for the little snippet I heard, she's really good. But now I gotta get into the one that I'm actually really excited to talk about, just for the English voice actor alone. And that is Kakeru Manabe. And he's just a fun character. Like, pretty much once you meet his character and you get to know him, everyone loves this character. He is. I don't think I've ever run across anyone on the internet that ever said that they did not like Kakeru, because Kakeru is so much fun. Oh my gosh, he's just a goofball, but he's fun. All right, so, but I'm really kind of actually excited to talk about his English voice actor, which is Aaron Desmuke. Now, if you don't know why I'm excited about this, it's because, and he actually mentions a little bit in his little interview here, he actually played Hero in the original Fruits Basket. Now, mind you, he was 9 at the time he played Hero. And he'll mention in his little interview. And so, it was one of those things where I knew that he wasn't going to be able to come back and voice Hero, because, again, he was 9 when he first voiced him in, like, 2004, 2003, 2004, and it's almost 20 years later. Yeah, his voice has definitely changed. He's not a little boy anymore. But I was hoping, so here's what I was hoping for, because, so he also, if you don't know, Aaron Desmuke also voiced the original Alphonse Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist. But then when Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood came out in 2009, he'd grown up a bit, and his voice had changed, and so he couldn't voice Alphonse anymore. So they got Maxie Whitehead to replace him as Alphonse, but she did good. She did really good. The first couple episodes are a little shaky with her Alphonse voice, because she was trying to, kind of impersonate or do an impression of Aaron Desmuke when he was a kid. Again, the first couple episodes are shaky for her, but then after that, she gets it, and she's good. She gets into the groove, and she figures out how to do it. But they wound up bringing Aaron Desmuke back to play young Hohenheim in Brotherhood. And so my hope was, before, of course, this announcement, was that they'd somehow be able to bring back Aaron Desmuke, even if it was just for a little minor one-off role or something, but or even a major character like this. But I was hoping that they'd bring him back, so that way it was kind of like a little, reunion, and he'd still be part of it. And so when I heard his voice pop up in the when I watched episode 25, I was so excited and so happy that he got to come back. Oh my gosh. Anyway, all right. now that I got that out, let me read his interview, which is, were you already familiar with Fruits Basket before being cast? What's been your experience with the series? The original Fruits Basket was the first show I ever voiced in, initially as young Akito, and later as Hiro Soma. I was 9, y'all. It was also the first anime I ever watched from start to finish, like 3 or 4 times. What is your zodiac animal and what would you want it to be? I'm a monkey. I'm a monkey. Although I was thinking about this, and I've decided the zodiac probably makes more sense in small rural villages where very few kids were born in the same year. Going to school, all my classmates were either roosters or monkeys, and our personalities were not very similar. Do you have a message for Fruits Basket fans? It's good to be back. Recording for Fruits Basket was a homecoming for a lot of us, but it really put some of the choices that have defined my life into perspective. Something, for a circle. You get it. Thanks so much for watching. And oh my gosh, I'm so happy. And again, his voice is good. His voice is good as Kakeru. I cannot wait. And it's funny because as soon as I recognized his voice as Kakeru, and I double checked to make sure it was his voice, that's when I finally recognized his voice as Senku in Dr. Stone. I was like, wait, oh, that's why that voice. I was like, that voice just sounds so familiar. Like, that makes so much sense now. Because my husband and I had just started watching it at the time. The other thing, and I want to bring up is this, which is, so on the Japanese side, near the end of February, Japan announced that, they were going to be premiering the first 3 episodes of Season 2 in theaters, like in mid-March. And then about early March, maybe about a week or 2 later, Funimation had then announced, hey, we're going to be also releasing or premiering the first 3 episodes of Fruits Basket Season 2 at the end of March, being the 30th and 31st. And 30th would be dubbed, 31st would be subbed. Well, due to all the COVID-19 stuff, eventually the Japanese side went ahead and canceled the premiere, and then of course Funimation eventually also canceled the premiere as well. And the only reason why I bring this up is because it leaves the question of how is this going to affect Fruits Basket overall, or at least the release of Season 2. Because there's a possibility that the simul dub might be delayed, which, I mean, if that happens, it's okay, the episodes will still keep airing. But then there's also a possibility that Season 2, eventually at some point, the episodes might be delayed. You hope not, but that is a possibility. And it all comes down to whether the Japanese studio is kind of more which is TMS, whether TMS is following the more traditional way how Japanese studios do their anime, or whether they're following kind of more how KyoAni typically does their anime. And what I mean by that is that typical anime studios, they have a tendency to make just tons of anime and try to get as many out as possible, and also they tend to pretty much not finish episodes until the day it airs, and they have to rush it off to the studio and have to rush everything, and then it tends to have a lot of animation mistakes, which then they have to go back and fix during when they finally release the Blu-ray and DVD version of it. And that's all fine and all, and that's potentially how TMS does it. I'm not really sure. Or they could do it more the KyoAni way, which I kind of feel like they kind of do, just based on Season 1, and I'll explain that in a second. Because KyoAni's way of doing it is that they'd pretty much work on either all of the series or the majority of the series. They either make all of the series and then release it, or at least a good majority of the series, and then start releasing the series. I think that's how it works. Something like that with KyoAni. And I feel like that's kind of potentially how Fruits Basket is being made with TMS, because I'll come here because I haven't really shown you this visual yet. Because in episode, I think 5 or 6 of the original series, not original, an episode like 5 or 6 of season 1, Caitlin Glass had released a video of explaining Momiji's German accent. And if you pause the video at one of the times it's showing your computer screen, you can see a little sticky note to the left side of the screen, and it has like a really brief description of episodes like 8 through 22. So if she already knew like 6 episodes in or so that there what was coming up at least until episode 22, then I kind of want to say that TMS might actually have either all of the season 2 completed, or at least the first core completed, for sure. At least that's how I'm thinking it is. So I'm hoping that it is. I'm trying to be more optimistic here. Don't want to be negative Nancy, So with that in mind, I'm really hoping that we won't have any delays in terms of episodes, that we'll be able to actually air all of season 2 without any delay of episodes. And for that matter, I'm also kind of hoping that the dub won't be delayed, although there is a possibility that it might be. I mean, the possibility that both of them might be delayed, but if one of them had to be delayed, if I had to choose between which of them being delayed, I'd rather have the dub be delayed, just because then at least you can get all the season 2 episodes out there. And so that's at least how I feel about it. But that's really about it for now. I mean, we got we got character designs and trailers and a whole bunch of other stuff. So many things. And I like this visual too. If you look right there, you can see Isuzu in the background. It's hilarious. She's like, this right there. She's just hiding. You just don't see her. She's so tiny in the background. Oh, but it's a good little visual detail, because if you're not looking for her, if you're not paying attention, you won't see her. Anyway, but that's really about it. So season 2 starts airing on April 6th, which is about 3 days away now from me recording this. So that's really about it. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.